Pull.
Not bad, Ryan.
For a 28 gauge.
When Ryan was still wearing diapers, we'd have a thunderstorm. He would wake up, go look out the window before daybreak. When he was able to get outside, he'd take a little red wagon and a little net and go out in the ditches and scoop up crawfish out of the ditches. There's just something in his blood that makes him want to hunt. If he was born 500 years ago in Texas and you had to survive, he could still survive. You know, there's something about that.
I know those Comanches might get me.
Well,
hunting and fishing was our passion. I think some people would think we're over the top, but you have to have that passion first, and then you might stumble into something. We were into the outdoors, we were into the gear, and that's what eventually got us to YETI. Roy had always said that ideas are like commodities, and they really are, unless you're hanging around someone like Roger or Roy who can bring them to life in front of you or take them to market.
It was really the boat business that brought me to the cooler business. Everything about the boats I was putting together was high-end and durable, and for fishing the Texas Gulf Coast the way we like to fish, except ordinary coolers. They weren't really matching the quality of the rest of the boat. And if you look back, everything led to the cooler business. Growing up out here in Driftwood, in the Texas Hill Country, we spent our entire days outside. We were running around with BB guns, and then eventually pellet guns, then eventually 22s. You know, our upbringing, our dad's small business, him wearing all the hats. We were always out getting our hands dirty building stuff. I think that exposure, it was valuable. Growing up, when we worked inside the business. Other kids were out there mowing lawns to make their summer money, and Ryan and I were building fishing rods.
It was always flex code.
As long as we could remember.
Yeah.
That started out of his garage in Houston when we were probably, I think it was the same year I was born, and Ryan was 3 or 4.
if we can't find what we want, we make it. This is my business. This building here is 32 years old. FlexCoat, our #1 product is we sell coatings to all the fishing rod companies. Almost every fishing rod made in the U.S., I would say 90% of them use our coating. We call this a lifestyle business. Everything we make it for ourselves first, and then we try to sell it. I just started making gadgets and anything related to building fishing rods, and it just turned into a business.
The reason Ryan and I were so fired up about starting our own small business was to have that lifestyle that my dad had.
What we saw with our dad was he had a lot of free time and could do what he wanted to do.
The same way he is with those kids is how he was with us. When I got off the bus at 3 o'clock, he'd drop everything he was doing in the business and be with us. He was engaged, he was hands-on, he was there, he was present.
He always had a van around here. I drove it to the Florida Keys 13 times. We didn't have any money. We were living out of the van, sleeping during the daytime in 90 degrees, and then fishing at night below the bridges. It was a lot of fun. And I was kind of encouraged to do that kind of stuff by my dad. I think it teaches you some valuable skills in life.
I always say, thank goodness for golf. Get those guys off the water.
I am a true believer in starting your own business, and eventually you'll find a path. As my kids get older, that's one of my main goals, is try to figure out how to get that passion built up inside of them for doing your own thing.
When I was becoming a dad, I thought naturally I was going to be a good dad like my dad, just because that's what I was exposed to. He set the bar pretty high, almost too high, where it's hard to duplicate for our kids. The most precious resource we have is time, and that's time with the family. It's different times. We have all these other distractions. The easy path is not the right path. It's harder to pull those electronics away from the kids, make them look out the window and see where you're going. The formula is being engaged, being present, and supportive. It's a lot easier to say it than actually do it.
I tell you, that's the ultimate in my mind. Just find something you love and just stick with it.